share the milestones. If they can Google it, let them Google it. I want to hear the stuff they probably can't Google.
Later in my career, it did happen.
Whoa.
And that's what I was like.
So back to what I was saying. What I was saying.
What's up, friends, family, and fans? Welcome to Life On Podcast. This is where we listen and inspire friends in entertainment.
And everywhere.
You know what it is, because life happens to everyone. We are blessed today. Did you feel the energy in the room go, oh?
It lifted.
It actually
mine got shot down, personally.
It did, actually. It did get checked quickly.
Are you a real Vaughn?
We are here with Miss Terri J. Vaughn. V-A-U-G-H-N. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
What's
you,
up, Terri?
guys. Hey,
Thanks
Stone.
for coming. Thanks for coming.
Johnny Vaughn.
How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
So wait, the J.
The
What
J.
is it? Are we allowed to know what the J is for?
It's not for Johnny or Joni.
I need a sound effect.
Hold up
I
now,
need a sound effect right there.
What you not gonna do is come up in here on my co-host
You're right.
That's gonna hurt my feelings.
You're right. I'm not.
But I already told her
I'm not.
feelings don't get hurt.
See,
Yeah, he said I could say
You said you can say whatever.
I did.
You gonna come in from my
I
neck.
say anything.
Okay, all right. Well, let's
No,
go.
my J, you guys will never guess. Just everybody, just take one guess, because you'll never guess.
Well,
Nobody
since
will
we'll
ever.
never guess, I need to go outside of the. Is
Yeah,
it
you gotta jump out of Jalisa.
Lavita?
And who?
Jalisa.
No.
Okay.
No. Those would be common.
Juanita?
Exactly.
Hey, that was fresh off the cuff. Yeah.
That's
That's it, Juanita? Yeah, okay, right off.
Because nobody would ever think.
Wouldn't think
Go
Juanita.
outside of the
Juanita.
just sound or
Yeah.
something.
Exactly. There you go.
So questions.
Oh,
So
shit, you busted me
now
out.
professionally,
Points
you're
back.
known as Terri J. Vaughn.
Yes.
Right? So is it to distinguish you from someone else? Or
No, I just
that's
like when I first got started in acting and I joined SAG. I just like the way it sound. It rolled off your tongue, Terri J. Vaughn.
Terri J. Vaughn.
Doesn't it sound? It sounds like it sounds right.
You either like the one syllable or the one name or the three thing with the initial in the middle.
Just Terri Vaughn. That's whack.
Yeah.
Terri Vaughn.
Okay.
Terri Vaughn. Terri Vaughn.
Well, I said
Terri J.
Do
Vaughn.
I need to put a middle initial in my
Probably. Well, no, because
Well, your
you
name
do the
is
one known
Stone.
thing. You just go by Stone. You got it.
Stone is amazing.
I am.
Like, that's a
and
great
so is the
name.
name. You like that?
Yes.
There it is.
I agree.
All right, so look, we don't have a whole lot of time with you. People like you already know you got to bounce and got to go and do this. So I'm
Yeah.
going to use our time
Them
wisely.
3 damn kids. Anyway, go ahead.
I was trying to make it sound a little more.
Nope, it's not
But no,
professional at all.
it is what it
No,
is.
it's legit.
It's legit.
I got them damn kids.
There it is.
And I gotta meet this
No, she
chick at the
loves
bus
you.
stop.
She does love y'all, though, just so you know.
I love them. I do.
All right, so real quick.
And I like them. I like them. and I
Only a
love them.
parent knows
Hey,
what
that's
that was.
important, though.
Yeah.
You just said a biggie.
You said you like
like,
them?
I like
I
them.
do.
Okay, so how long did it take you to start liking them?
Well, sometimes I don't like them, but overall, generally, I do. I like to hang out with my kids and have fun. My cousin's thinks I'm
How old are
crazy.
they?
Yeah.
22. He don't f- with me at all. 22. He's grown man. I barely see him, but I do like him. And
You have a
and
22-year-old.
Yeah, and I love when he comes and we have conversation. I'm like, I feel like such a cool kid.
Yeah.
I feel
Am I
like
the
a
only
cool
one that
kid.
doesn't look like does she look like she got 22?
I have a
No, you're the only one
22-year-old.
who black crack. That's it.
Hilarious.
Listen.
And then I have a 15-year-old.
Okay.
Okay.
So 15-year-olds.
He's starting to not care about you.
Messing
A lot
with
of
me
energy for
at
these
all.
old kids.
At all. And then I have a 9-year-old girl. That's
That's
She's
your
got it
princess.
spoiled.
She's so spoiled.
gotta be.
And she gets on my fucking nerves.
There
But
it is.
I love her. We have so much fun. But she does get on my fucking nerves.
Is she taking your makeup and wearing your clothes and putting
Oh
your heels
my
on? and all
God,
that?
she's 9.
Yeah.
Stop it with the makeup.
Is
I'm
she
just
tall?
saying, listen.
She's pretty tall. Okay. Yep. She's definitely gonna be taller
She's
than
gonna
me.
be a problem, is what she's saying. That's what it is.
She is totally going to be a problem because she's also super confident, which I have purposely
Listen
poured
here,
that into.
I got a proposition for you.
Yes.
There's one thing that we don't do in our African American
I know
community.
where you're going.
I got a 9-year-old too.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Got a little boy, a 9-year-old.
Okay, well,
you know
we'll
what I'm saying?
test them out.
Let's talk about it. Let's see what's up.
We'll have to interview.
let's do it.
We'll interview
I don't
you.
have a child. What are we doing with the 9-year-old?
We're gonna introduce him and see
We're
what
gonna
we
introduce
gonna
and
see
see
what's
if we can make set up our kids.
power couple early.
No,
on,
you
know?
said what it was. Made him is what you started to say. You started saying made him. You literally was like, and made him.
I don't want them to choose terrible people.
No, and I mean, I'm an upstanding citizen, regardless of how she feels about how I spell my
arrange it.
name.
You
But
wanna arrange
listen,
it.
An arrangement.
Like
yes.
they do.
But we will definitely have to interview your 9-year-old and the rest of your family.
let's do it. Hey, I ain't mad
We
at
want to
it.
make sure.
We need to check your family too.
Because we crazy as hell.
don't need an interview.
Well, we definitely crazy as hell. I'm just gonna go ahead and say
I'm not
that.
gonna lie to you. We got a few in our family too.
Okay.
But as long as we know about it, we can mitigate,
Yeah,
right?
we're good.
All right,
love
so how it started, how's it going? So here's the deal. We want to know who Terri J. Vaughn is, how you got to be who you are today. So tell everyone what you're doing, how did it start? But if you can do me a favor,
Yes.
share the milestones, right? If they can Google it, let them Google it. I want to hear the
Okay.
stuff they probably can't Google on that journey from here to there.
So okay, I'll try.
Is that fair?
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try.
Okay.
Like from the beginning, like
Whatever you feel is important.
my mother was laid up on a hospital table.
All right, go.
All the way back.
She was laid back.
We're not in the cotton field. So let's jump to when
Legs
you
in
knew.
the stirrups.
Ooh,
And
stop.
okay. Well, I didn't know. You can't Google that.
This is
You
true.
definitely won't Google that.
Let's start at age. Now, didn't you do some kind of a beauty competition somewhere?
Oh my God. Yes.
How old were you?
So I was 20.
Lovely.
I believe.
Let's start at 20.
Start at 20.
Let's start at 20. So, you know, your cycle has started. We can skip all that mess. Like, we're at 20 years old now.
Okay.
Starting at 20.
Okay, I was 20. I grew up in San Francisco. So I'm a Bay Area chick.
I didn't know you was a
What?
Bay. I didn't know that. I'm
yeah.
not, but I didn't know that's what you
Oh,
was.
well, then calm down.
All right. Well, I mean, I spent some time out there. I like it out there, babe.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
The
You
Bay
know-
Area.
Hey, here's the deal. Do you know how I knew that?
Google.
You Googled?
Google it. So already we're not following.
Oh my God. Miss Terri J. Vaughn.
Nah, go ahead,
Ignore
go ahead.
this one.
And it's your time. Go for it.
So I went to college at Cal State Hayward, which
Okay.
is about 40 minutes outside of San Francisco. And literally, I was in my 5th year of college there.
Okay.
And there was
Extended
a
plan.
friend. Yeah. It's okay. And a friend was recruiting girls for a Miss Black California pageant. And he just asked me and some of my friends, they were like, hey, I have to recruit girls to participate in Miss Black California pageant. Would you be interested? And me and my friends were like, sure, we'll do it. What do you do? What's the process? Blah, 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 blah. So we do this pageant. And of course, you got to have a talent part for the pageant. Mm-hmm. And that's where I was like kind of stomped. I was like, okay, what am I going to do for the talent part?
No singing
don't
or
know.
nothing? Okay.
I don't sing. I don't know. I didn't think that I did anything
Okay.
creative besides be silly. I've always been silly. That's not really a talent, is it?
Hey, no, it is.
Well, we know that now.
People don't understand that, but go ahead.
Okay, well now I do. And so I did the pageant. So I was like, okay, I came up with the idea. Me and my mom, we talked about what I could do. So I decided I was going to do a monologue from the play for colored girls who considered suicide when the rainbow was enough.
Good Lord. Okay.
Are you guys know? Are you
I
familiar
do
No,
with
but
that?
I'm very depressed now.
Oh, well, you
go
should
ahead.
Google it. It's
Okay.
They shorten it usually for just for colored girls.
who
Yeah.
considered
suicide when the rainbow
isn't
is enough.
Isn't enough. Okay.
And so I was going to perform one of those monologues. And so I did. And in the play, it's a monologue. Monologues happen with, I think it's like, 8 different women. And each woman is a different color.
Okay. Okay.
So I was the color blue. So I wore blue leotard, blue skirt. And my aunt, I have a very creative family. She created cardboard cutouts, life-size cardboard cutouts of the other women. And we draped them in all the other colors. So they were all on stage around me. Of course, I'm the only live person on the stage.
All this for your audition.
All this, not
This
just
was a
was
show.
an audition,
Oh, this
this
was a
was
show.
for
This
the
was a
pageant.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Just my talent portion of the pageant. It was
Gotcha.
like all family hands on deck.
Yeah, that's
Help Terri
dope.
figure out what she's going to do for the talent. So so I do the poem. It was called Sorry. And I made it to the finals, which we went to LA for that. And the pageant was over. I did not win at the finals at all.
Which is good.
But
everybody
after
who
it was
wins
over,
don't come into nobody. You don't want to win.
right. And actually, the girl that won was a girlfriend of mine. Her name was Alicia. I can't remember her last name, but she had the biggest, most beautiful smile.
But Alicia's
She's
nobody,
had
though.
great. And everybody
We
is
don't- we
somebody's
don't- we don't know who she is.
We don't say
We'll
that.
bring you on for that podcast, but go ahead.
Everybody is somebody.
Nah, but go ahead. Just playing with you, Alicia.
After
We
it
playing
all
with you.
was over, one of the judges was a producer of a play that they were casting to tour the country, and he asked me if I would be interested in auditioning for the play. And then again, nothing I had ever done before. I was like, okay, well, what do you do at an audition? What do I do? And so he told me to come to the Black Repertory Theater in Berkeley, and he told me to bring a picture and a resume. I was like, okay, cool, I could do that. So I show up at the theater. The night before, I had my college roommate take a picture of me for my
It's your
audition.
headshot, right?
It's my headshot. I didn't know
One of them
it
old
was
Polaroid
called-
cameras when it's
Ba-ba, bingo.
I was there.
That was me. I
See,
came
now,
to
if
my
I
audition.
said that, someone would have been talking about, no, I can't tell you that. It's going to reveal my age and all this kind of
No,
stuff.
I don't care about that.
I can't say this. I
No.
can't say
Listen,
I
you
don't
can't
care
Google
about
none of
any
this
of
she's
that.
giving
I
us
don't
right
care.
now.
This is
So
true.
let
This
us
is
give us
You
this
can definitely
non-Googleable.
Google my age. That is not a
Okay.
secret. I do not care. So yes, I show up with my Polaroid picture and my working resume. I was working at the Marriott Hotel.
Damn.
I had worked at Avis, McDonald's. Like I had my little resume.
There you go.
So I'm walking into the theater and I walk into the lobby and it's filled with like real actors. And I see they have the black and white 8x10 glossies and real
Resumes
like,
already printed on the
theater.
back of those.
Are they in the corner like,
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And
when I
they're
got into
all-
acting, that drove me nuts. Oh, that drove me
They're
nuts.
all doing all these theater
Oh, my God.
exercises, humming.
What is it? Red leather, yellow leather, red leather.
Yeah, they're doing all these things and they're stretching and they're moaning and they're scaring me and they're scaring me. I'm like, what is happening in here? And so I was like, I'm just gonna sit in the corner and wait. So I just sit there and all these people are being weird around me. And finally, they call my name to go in. I go in, I meet the director, I meet the playwright, and they give me material to read. And they said, you
So
know,
no signs beforehand. Like this was cold.
yeah, no, it was cold. They gave it to me in the room.
All right.
And I read with the director. So I did the reading. And he was definitely, he had studied at ACT. He was a true thespian, like Birkenstocks, chewing on liquid tree bark stuff. Like this was the dude. He had a real, like how your beard is really nice and combed and
Well, thank you,
manicured.
baby. I appreciate that.
It's really nice. His was
His
very
wasn't like that. It was-
scraggly.
oh, yeah.
It was like he almost looked like a homeless man. He
Couple
was like-
patches in there
He
somewhere.
was an artist.
Yeah.
And so I read the material with him, and he said, can you read it again for me? This character, she's real sassy. She's this, she's that. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, I could just be me and do it. So I read it again. I read it sassy. And they called me that night. And they were like, we want to offer you this part in the play. We're going to pay you $400 a week. I was like, yes. And, you know, they cover all your travel and hotel and all that. And I was just like...
So let me tell y'all one
What?
thing real quick. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Yeah,
so
do
the
it.
way this works in the entertainment industry is you go out and you do something you've never done before, ever. And then you do the weirdest thing you can possibly do. And then all your dreams come true. That's how it works. That's the best way. So find something that you've never done and just walk. Because people want to know how you actually make it. And people think it's hard work and going and do classes and stuff. No, that's not how this works.
Well,
you go to your
no.
first audition.
Nope.
And you
Nope.
you scorch all of
Nope.
these trained people.
No.
You take off.
No,
That's not what
sir.
happened?
No,
I skipped some
sir.
stuff?
No,
My bad.
sir. That is not right.
I thought that's what happened.
Okay, well, that's how I got in the door.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
My
once
bad.
I got, so the blessing, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Before Johnny Vaughn here
I thought
interrupted
I
me.
thought we had the cheat code. Shoot, that's what
No.
I thought.
So the blessing, this director, Paul Roach is his name, changed my life. I got on that show and he started training us in the craft of acting.
Okay.
So I got this massive education of theater. I mean, he introduced me
Without
to,
having to go to ACT, without having to go to
exactly, without having to pay, but being paid
Right.
to learn. I got and we toured with that show for about 2 years, and he traveled
That's
with
amazing.
us.
Yeah.
So we were constantly studying Chekhov, Stanislavski, Uta Hagen, like all the theater greats.
Ooh.
Yeah, the fact that you
And
whipped the
just
For real. I mean, this is
'cause it
contemporary,
mattered
classically
to
trained.
me.
Yeah.
These are all
it
like
mattered.
methods, right?
And and I was like, I love this. I love this. So he changed my life. It could have been one of those situations where we just got on, because it was the Chitlin Circuit plays, and we could have just, just
Yeah.
been that, just ghetto and
Yeah, I was
loud
just
and
gonna
da-da-da-da.
say that, yep.
But he was not that guy. So I'm so thankful that this is the production that introduced me to this world of acting. And it changed my life forever. I was like, oh, this is what I do. This is what I love. And I've never stopped studying.
That's amazing.
So that was David E. Talbert's very first play that
Right
he had
on.
ever written. So he was the playwright, and Paul Roach was the director, and Paul literally changed my life.
Dope, man.
Shout out to Paul Roach.
Yeah.
Yes,
And David
Paul
E. Talbot,
Roach
too.
And David E.
Talbot.
Talbot, absolutely.
So, all right, real quick, I just got to ask. 'Cause I do some acting on the side, right? I've done some things. And you said something that I learned late, is that you were just yourself,
Yeah.
right? Because I used to always try to envision who this character was and then go in and try to
Yeah.
be that character. And what I found, now I know, is that usually you find, like, how am I in this character situation? Like, how do I be me, but I'm in this character situation? That sound accurate?
It is.
To a
It's-
degree?
Yep. It's so when you get the character, yeah, you find the things that you relate to.
Okay.
If it's your father, you know what it feels like to be a father, or you experienced a divorce, or you've experienced death in your life. You recall all those real life moments,
Okay.
and you give it to the character.
Got you. Interesting.
Yeah.
My question is a little bit different because I mean, we can tell like how you came up. I mean, you came up wilding, you came up fine, you came up ratchet. Like that was you. It was saying you had that fire. in
Ratchet?
you.
Yeah, the ratchet.
Ratchet?
Well, I didn't hear that.
Ratchet
Did you
is-
say ratchet somewhere in there? I didn't.
He
I
did say
I
ratchet.
snuck it in on purpose. I got
never
questions.
felt like I was ratchet.
Well, no. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. You've had the ability to pull from that.
I've
'Cause when
never
you
seen
said,
more
let
foot and
me
mouth
be
from
that-
Johnny before
no,
in my
it's
life.
not. It's not a foot and mouth.
Okay.
Watch where I'm
Well,
going
I
with it.
think everybody just has a different description.
No,
I think
it is.
hood and ghetto, maybe yes. I think ratchet, for me,
That's where
when
I was
you say
going.
ratchet,
So,
ratchet means something
Booty hole
different
brown.
to me.
Stop it! No, not always that.
that's just-
What
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying
ratchet.
is, so in our communities, I'm sure you had family members that were around. You had those families that were all the way far left that were super wild. You
Oh,
had
yeah.
some that were, that's what I'm saying.
And friends.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what I'm saying was the environment that you came from. So when you got into this classical environment, was it difficult to tame that part of you to learn how to perform classically? And where did you learn how to anchor yourself in that to be able to expand your range and not just pull from what your family members and your friends were? That's where it's going, Stone. I'm not calling her that
So,
shit.
so
Were you able to separate the hood from the
I
girl?
will. So
You
first,
said all
let
of
me
that to
just
say, were you able to
admit
separate
it.
the hood
I'm a
from the
little more
girl?
eloquent than you sometimes, all right? That's what I want to know, Miss Terri J. Vaughn.
See, I love you guys. I do. You're so fantastic.
See?
Anyway,
Range.
so let me just clear up.
Okay.
We were not performing a classical play. It was not. It
Your training
was a
was,
ghetto.
right?
My training, which let's go to the roots of stuff. That's what I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you want to be great at whatever, a lot of it is instincts, to trusting your instincts and stuff like that. But also, I believe learning the history of what you're doing, it just soaks you in a little deeper, and it gives you a different kind of appreciation and just layers that grounds you more, that roots you more. And that's what I appreciate from Paul. He gave me the roots of acting, and it wouldn't just be on the surface. It wouldn't just be being a ghetto girl. If I'm a ghetto girl, there's a lot that a ghetto girl goes through. There's a lot of experiences and struggles and insecurities, and so breaking it down to the roots of her is what I love.
I like that.
And yes, what people see is just, oh, that girl is just ghetto. But there's more to everybody.
That ghetto is
no
an
matter,
expression of
of her
past things
environment
experiences
and all
things like that.
kind of things.
That was really, really good.
I heard something
That's
completely different
dope.
than even you did. You actually became a student of the art. Is why I
Yes.
was leading this whole thing,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes.
one of the things that whenever I say I'm a classically trained violinist, people don't catch that.
I
because of where I'm from.
love that you are. Stop
appreciate
it.
that. Thank you,
You see how he tried to slide that little. I just want to say
I
I'm a
went to the
that was
American Boy
dope.
Choir School, and I sang classical music all around the world.
She's
No, I'm just
mine.
kidding. Go ahead. It's all right.
Mine.
No, it's all good.
No, but
it's
one
a
of
good
the-
point.
Dope. I
one
love
of-
that.
I became a student of classical music and of the Baroque period, and I studied all of that. And
That's
of course,
beautiful.
people knowing me who I am and knowing where I'm from, they wouldn't immediately assume that that's what I did.
Right.
But that's how the talent starts to grow, because
That's
you
right.
fall in love with the history of the art form
Yes.
itself. So that's where I was going
No,
with
I
all
love
of
it.
that
You are
stone
very
staff.
right.
Do you think
You are
artists?
right.
Do you think artists should do that more? Music artists.
I do, and it's hard for me to judge how an artist does their thing because it's art, and to me there really isn't any rules for
Right.
art. I just believe that the more you know, study, dig deeper, just the more equipped you are.
Right. No, I agree.
You know,
I think artists
but
should do
everybody has a different.
They got the
kind of
process.
journey.
No, they
That's
do.
the process.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I
What,
agree
what
with
was the catalyst? Like, all right, so we're in there, we're loving it, we're studying, we're growing, we're developing personally and interpersonally, and learning how to perform. But at some point, something happened that triggered that next level that obviously where I know you from, because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say it because we could Google that. But what was that thing that got us to that? What was that next stage?
So, like I said, we toured with that show for off and on for 2 years. Once we closed the show, myself and a few other of the actors that were in the show decided we were moving to LA to pursue a career in acting. And it's so beautiful being naive and just fresh and free, because I literally was just like, I'm moving to LA because I'm going to be on TV. I'm moving to LA because I'm going to be on TV. And that's just what it was.
Right.
And so, but because of my training and how I was introduced to this art form, the first thing I knew to do was to find acting classes. I moved because I had never lived in LA before. So I moved to LA. I immediately started finding different acting classes, joining different networking groups, and just started embedding myself into the culture in LA. And that's what I did, just in classes. And then from that, meeting people, being introduced to different managers, being introduced to agents, and just following that trajectory. And
So wait, you're in LA.
yeah,
You're new. You're
Yeah.
fresh and new.
yeah,
I gotta ask.
yeah.
Now I've always heard that this thing existed. Oh my god! But we're in a new age now.
I'm sorry right now. Just
Don't
You gotta
be sorry.
apologize for me.
No, this is good. This is good stuff.
okay.
So the whole casting.
Uh-huh.
Did it exist? Does it still exist? Were you ever invited on one?
I'm pretty
Like,
sure it
keep
does
real.
still exist.
So the
That
fact
confirms that
so
it
the
did.
fact that you're saying that you're pretty sure means, because back then it was just prevalent. It seemed to me that a while ago, it was almost a prerequisite. It's almost like you couldn't be a female and not expect that to happen. Now I'm not saying you had to do it. I'm not
Right.
saying that, but it almost wasn't a shock if someone presented it to you. And I'm wondering, is it still really that blatant? I mean, after like Me Too and all this kind of stuff, like, is it really still that bad, or?
And I think everybody's experience is different, and I'm
Yeah.
just going to give you mine straight up.
That's fair.
When I first moved there, I was, again, young, naive, just excited.
Right.
And I know that I went in the right way. I wanted to grow as an actor. I wanted to work as an actor. I never, ever got into this business and said, I want to be famous.
Right.
I've never said that. I've never felt that. I know fame comes along with it, but that's not the pursuit.
It's a byproduct.
That's not the goal.
Right.
Yes. The goal is to be a working actor, to do work. And I literally never experienced any of it. And if it was ever thrown to me, I didn't catch it.
Right.
I
And
just
I'm
didn't
sure
catch it.
that even if a guy ever had that motive, he can probably pick that energy off of you. Like, okay, this ain't the one.
This ain't the one to do
This
it.
ain't the
Yeah, I just hadn't. But then later in my career, it did happen.
Oh.
And I was asked blatantly out front, sitting in a meeting with someone you all know, and I will never say.
Yeah, no.
I will never say, ever. But he literally told me, "Oh, we're gonna."
Whoa.
And that's what I was like.
I ain't even gonna
Why
lie.
do you say that?
I don't even
was
have the
like,
balls
why
to
would
do
you
that. I'm not even
I said,
gonna lie.
why would you say that? I was like,
Oh
what
my
makes you
God.
say that?
I bet that project didn't happen.
And he was like, well, I managed blah, 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 blah. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what we did. And these are people that I respect. And I did not believe him for 1 minute that the person that he represents or worked with.
Oh, he didn't really represent.
No, he does represent her,
Okay.
but
They didn't do that. What he
absolutely
said he did.
not.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely not.
Was this before or after UPNWB when we did
This was actually after Steve Harvey Show.
After Steve Harvey
It
Show?
was during.
Wow. That's what blows my mind.
It was during. I was on All of Us.
What? I didn't see that
I was
coming.
on All of Us.
Wow.
I did not.
I had a
Why in
meeting
the
with
world
the
would he think
manager.
you so desperate after you just got finished?
Well, because you still want to keep growing, and people think that just because we did that Steve Harvey Show and had a fantastic run on it, the character is iconic. I get all that, but it's still just a job.
Right.
When the job goes away, the job is away, and you don't
You gotta
know
find
when
more
you're.
work.
Yeah, you got to find more work.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're getting paid to sustain your life.
No, you're right.
You got to work to
right.
pay
The
for your
whole
life.
working actor thing is the
yeah,
whole-
yeah.
That's
so,
okay.
so yeah.
I mean, I'm not. It's like I'm not shocked, but
I am.
there's some degrees.
The reason
of it
why I
where I'm
asked
just
that
like, I did
question
not see
because
that
I
coming.
expected it to be right before
right when
Steve
you were a
Harvey.
newbie.
I didn't expect it to be after, especially not at All of Us. I mean, at that point, you were responsible for literally creating one of the most iconic characters of the 90s. Honestly, I'm just going to tell you that's how it is. I don't
Yeah,
care how
it's
you look at
funny.
it. And then for somebody to step to an icon at that point, that's
Yeah,
just
I'll
the
tell you what was-
blatantness. Oh,
yeah.
we gone.
And the most disheartening thing about the whole thing is, okay, so the industry doesn't necessarily recognize the Steve Harvey Show and Lavita or all of that being
sure.
iconic.
Sure.
The
It's culture.
community
The culture.
and the
Culturally.
culture does.
Correct.
Culturally.
Yes. And so the disappointing thing about this moment is he's of the culture.
Right.
Why
And that's the
would
problem.
you do that?
yeah.
So
So I left
Yeah.
that meeting and never went back.
Wow.
Yeah.
well, it's ironic we even got on that because I was actually about to ask you your opinion about black culture. I really was. I was going to say, what do you love about it, and where do
I
you
love
feel
everything
we
about
need to
it.
improve?
Except for when we get in positions of power and we try to.
They're just
I don't even know if
crazy
but that's not a cultural.
assholes.
That's not a black culture thing.
Is
that's
it?
a
Well, it is. That's a Hollywood thing.
Yeah,
That's a Hollywood
yeah,
thing.
That's
that
a
was
Hollywood
very
culture
Hollywood,
thing.
and it's a
Yeah.
shame
But
that people
specifically
get up in
on
there and
black
act
culture.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I hate
Like,
it.
what do you like, and then where do you feel we need to improve?
Um,
And it's a mouthful, and I know we're kind of limited on time,
Yeah.
but just what hits your heart. Like,
I think the
immediately.
the biggest thing that I feel like we can use improvement is it's supporting each other, helping each other when you get in position. Because, a lot of us, we start out on the same level and everybody rises and at different times, different levels. You're up, I'm up, then I'm down. It just goes that way. And it's interesting to me, and I'm not saying everybody, I'm not like saying like Oprah should take my call and help me on my show.
Sure,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the people that we are in, we're in the same circle. We've been on the ground together. We've
Y'all coming
seen
up
each
together.
other. Yeah. And not even asking for handouts. It's just the support. Like there's some things that people can do when they're in certain positions that can help position the next person to
Facts.
also come up.
Right.
Yeah. We don't do that enough. I feel.
I don't feel like we do that enough.
There was something very, very special that you were also responsible of. I mean, obviously, Lavita's one of them. But right here in Atlanta, the Green Room was a spot for a minute.
So ghetto.
Back in that
Where
era,
did that come
The way that club sound like.
yeah, that's that ratchet I was referencing earlier. Now let me stop. But I mean, that spot had a vibe that was on another level from just being an artistic gathering spot. It was a spot of community. And I was telling before we jumped on, the last time I talked to you was there.
I don't know. Agree with you.
We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you what it
Okay.
was. Tommy Ford was there. Music Soul Child performed that at night. I think y'all used to do acting classes and stuff.
yes.
And my wife used to actually take classes up there at one point.
I love
And I mean,
that.
it was just a dope spot. And then I remember going back to Orlando and then coming back and it wasn't there. And I was like, yo, what happened to my spot?
Yeah,
It wasn't on
money.
off Peachtree, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
It was right by where I live now. Yeah.
That was
wasn't
you.
far from there.
I went there. I
Green
took my
Room?
nephew there.
There you go.
I had to drop him off there a couple of times. That was
Was
you.
taking acting classes
Yes.
or something? Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
See?
Get out of here!
Look at- see?
Oh my gosh, I knew you before I knew you.
Yeah. What?
That is hilarious.
Oh, can I just?
While we let him catch up.
I'm gonna answer. We're gonna talk about the Green Room.
Okay.
Just one more thing about Black culture, what we can do better. I feel like men can be more protective and care for Black women better in the industry.
You done just killed every
I
rapper's
support that
out
message.
there right now. But
So
go ahead.
No.
that is that's true.
No, we
but that's
do.
what we should be doing.
We
It's
got to
a shame
cover our
that we don't.
queens. Absolutely.
Okay. And the Green Room.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I moved to Atlanta in 2009, I moved here with a bunch of warnings from my community in LA. You're gonna ruin your career. You're gonna,
By going to Atlanta.
out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna miss out on all kind of auditions, and some of that was true. I did. I
Yeah.
missed out on tons of stuff, sure. But I moved here for love. I met my husband. He lived here. I lived in LA. I had a 2-bedroom condo. He had a 5-bedroom house. We were trying to building a family.
Right.
I already had one son from my previous marriage.
Taxes a little bit different here than
Yeah,
there.
everything. So it just
that.
made more sense
Right.
for us to move here. So that's why I moved here. I did not move here for work or the industry or any of it. So I got all these fair warnings from people I was surrounded by, and it was true. Some of it was very true. But I told myself if I was going to be here in Atlanta, Tyler had just opened the old studio, the first one he had just opened that. And I said I wanted to be a part of pouring into the acting community here because I wanted the caliber of work to match the caliber that I had just left in LA. And I wanted to be a part of making that happen. If I was going to be an Atlanta-based actor now, I needed the climate to match. So one of the things in LA, we had a store called Samuel French, which is a bookstore, a huge bookstore with anything about the entertainment business with acting, theater, music, editing, direct, anything related to the industry is in this bookstore. Atlanta had nothing for students here. They had some acting classes, but they didn't have the resources. They didn't have any resources. So I called Samuel French. I said, if I open this bookstore, how do I get become a client of yours to carry some of your books? So I did that. And I opened the Green Room with the help of Shannon Nash, Roger Bob, and my good friend Adonal Foyle. So we opened the Green Room to provide those books. So it was a bookstore. It was a coffee shop. We had a coffee bar. We eventually started selling wine and stuff.
And pound cake.
And cake, very good cake.
I had a slice of pound
And we had a small stage. So we did acting classes, writing classes, improv classes, and we did spoken word and live music. And so that's what we were doing. We were doing all these classes. They had the resources in the books there now. And I brought in my peers. Tommy Ford and I have been friends forever, back in L.A. And he was living here before me. And so he was a part of the community. He was teaching acting classes all the time and was always there. And I met Music Soul Child. I can't remember where we met, but I was such a fan of his. And I, was sharing with him about the green room. And he was, in his career, he was trying to create a different kind of music, because it was something purple.
I can't remember what.
He made like a new name for himself.
He branded it something.
He branded it something, and so he would come there and sing as that
character. Yeah,
thing,
I don't remember. He worked here for months.
Yeah,
for a while. Like he was on here for a long stint. And I don't remember any of that.
Well, this
maybe
was
it
after.
was a different time,
when he was here, because I was sharing that to him too. It was after the green room period.
Okay.
Okay.
He'd gotten off of that wave, but that wave was interesting.
Yeah, it was
for
so
his.
cool,
Yeah.
but, and it was so beautiful because he was just an artist and he wanted to express something different. He wasn't going to be able to do that with his record label, so it was just another expression of himself, and it was just for that moment he wanted to do that kind of music,
dope.
and it was just so beautiful. Selena Johnson, Angie Stone.
Didn't Guapale come through that one time too? I believe.
Guapale, did she?
I feel like she.
I think maybe Lamont brought her by. Lamont Rucker is really good friends with her because they're all Bay Area rooted people too. But yeah, a lot of
crazy.
people. And whenever I had friends that were in town, I would ask them to come by. We had a big wall of signatures, like said, and just whenever anybody would come in town, I would say, just come sign my wall. Just come sign my wall.
Wall was dope too.
So so I love the green room.
So
but eventually, we were open for like 2 years, and then eventually I just couldn't front it anymore financially.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Is it because you talk about our community supporting our community and us supporting and lifting us? Was that what it was? Were we just not supporting us enough?
No. One thing I want to say that the community was very supportive. It was very beautiful. But again, it's like it was a haven for artists. And artists, we don't have a lot of money like that. You know what I mean? And I mean a haven for aspiring actors and writers and stuff like that. So it just, it was my first time venturing out in a business. So I definitely would not say it wasn't because people weren't supporting it.
Okay.
It was just, at that time, it just wasn't.
Because you changed the parking rules in that area. Like to this day, because I live in that area, I can't park on that street right now because of you, because of how packed that spot used to be because of parking.
No. You know what messed it up was after we opened. When we first opened, it was fine, but after we were open for a month or so, Frank Ski's
That's right.
opened
Frank Ski's did open up
across
That's
from
right.
us.
Yeah.
And once that opened, the
wrap.
parking was terrible.
That's
it was a
right.
wrap. And it was just, it just turned into something.
I don't know. I forgot about that. My bad, Frank. That's my homie too. My fault.
All right, so look, honoring your time.
Yes.
Okay.
If not TV and film, what would you be doing?
I definitely think I would still be some kind of entrepreneur.
Because you have a production company, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Nina Holiday Entertainment. I'll say this. When I was in college, right before this changed my whole thing, I was going to school for advertising.
Okay.
And I had an internship at an advertising firm.
Okay.
And I loved it.
You loved it?
I loved it there.
Okay.
So literally, if you literally had to have nothing to do with TV and film anymore,
She don't know
do you
ad
think
agency.
that's where you would go back to? Now?
Oh,
Do you
if
think so?
if it happened right now and I had to go get a job.
It's not a job. Just do anything. Make a living, or just now you're spending your days doing what? If
Well-
it's not TV and film.
Well,
Taking care of them kids.
Lola and Lola's my 9-year-old. We started a company.
Yay.
We started a business
Hey.
called Liddy by Lola.
Liddy
By Lola. So we make organic candles.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, I am not mad at that at
And
all.
I love it. I love the creative part of it. The problem is it's the tech part of the website shit. I can't stand that.
It's so-
I can't. That sucks.
Well, we're going to have you on the next one because we're going to be talking about that part.
I can't stand
But
it.
But Lola is involved in every aspect.
She helps me make the
books
candles
and everything.
Not the books.
No?
I don't even like the books.
I mean, I'm
But
just
I
saying.
have
I'm sitting
to.
there and it's like, you know,
But-
she's seeing this stuff. She's been exposed to this stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, I think that's so great.
Yes. So we sit and create the candles, of course, and I make her see when the orders come in.
Yeah.
We have this many orders. We need this many orders. And our days for Liddy by Lola are Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
That's when I work for Liddy by Lola.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I try to expose her to all parts of it. And, you know, she's 9. So she's like, she's in it for a little while and she's excited and it's fun. And then she's off to something
So
else.
was this Lola's idea or yours? Or both?
It was both. We have been trying to come up with an idea for a business for her, and we had talked about socks or tights, or because she's an ice skater, she ice skates. So we were
Okay.
thinking, like maybe some tutu ice skates, and nothing just stuck. But when we came up with the candle idea, I felt like that was something we could do hands on ourselves, and we burn candles a lot in
Right.
our house.
Right.
And she's, you know, Mommy, I'm going to go light your candles. And so we just decided that we were going to do candles.
Right on.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, I got a question.
All right.
Yeah.
Rapid fire's next.
Yeah, we tapping out.
All right, that's cool. My son loves athletic women and entrepreneur. He told me that I want my wife to be like mommy. So this is a good start.
Yes, we're trying to arrange a marriage
Illegal
here.
mating farm.
Just I'm just trying to see what her requirements might be, because you checking the boxes for his. I need to make sure that I'm teaching him what he needs to know for Lo. That's what I need to know.
Well, first of all, he has to know how to play Roblox.
He know how to play Roblox. He got Roblox on lock. Yeah, we on the path.
Yeah,
All right,
y'all
rapid
doing
fire.
the interview. I see
And
it.
she
Right
is
in front of our
very
faces.
athletic. So
Okay.
she likes kids that play, that are athletic,
Yeah.
that swim.
Soccer,
that-
football, horseback riding, swimming, karate.
Okay.
We in
okay.
there.
Then you're in there.
Full
You're in there.
contact
'Cause
violin?
She does tennis. She does tennis. She ice skates. She competes ice skating.
Okay.
She dances, you know, ballet, hip hop. And
Can she get sturdy?
Trampoline is her thing. Doing flips.
So Sky Zone is a
Guys, that was
play.
the thing.
Oh my God. So and
We got a birthday party happening Saturday. She might be about to get a last minute invite. Shoot, while you're playing rapid fire, what
Rapid
you got?
fire. Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 questions.
Okay.
Do not spend your time pontificating.
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna
kinda
close
let it
my
go.
eyes and just.
All right.
And go.
Here we go.
Okay.
If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my goodness. Oh God. Now I'm scared. So many people. I don't. Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, love it.
Why?
I love Stevie Wonder.
Just because you love him?
Yeah.
Oh my God. His music heals the world.
There it is. Okay, that's fair.
Done.
What is your biggest bucket list item?
My own television series.
There it is. And it shall happen.
Yeah. Totally.
All right. Would you rather face your greatest fear or relive your biggest regret?
Face my greatest fear or relive my biggest regret. Face my biggest fear.
Now, it might sound like obvious, but a lot of people, they are who they are and learn the lessons they lesson because of their regrets. So I didn't want to make that seem like, all right, so
Yeah,
face
no.
your greatest fear.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Let's do
we
the
know
next
what that
thing.
is?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
even know what my greatest fear is.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I mean, as long as it's not something like a snake, like putting my
I don't know. Only you
head
know.
in a
Only
snake.
you know that. I don't know.
Or my head inside a tiger's. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. But
listening
I don't
to Sugihana for 5 hours straight.
Okay.
I'm doing that on purpose now. I'm doing it on purpose now. That would be my greatest
This
fear, though.
guy.
Anyway, have you ever had penis envy?
No.
You know what penis envy is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I
I'm
love
asking
being a
that
woman.
because
Most
the last,
powerful women don't.
A lot of women, I mean, they've said they've had that.
Really?
And I had never heard of it before.
See,
yeah.
I've only heard it from women who haven't had the opportunity to actually chase a dream. Like
Gotcha.
when most women who like never left home that I meet who have done
Yeah.
those are the ones I
Yeah.
hear that from.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
when they've got
I
a
can
chance
see
to,
that because men, you guys like you go for it. It's like whatever.
Right.
You don't care. You ain't taking
And you
no
like that
prisoners.
anyway,
You
so
like
you're like, I can
whatever,
do it without
whatever.
one.
Exactly.
So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's the slowest rapid fire ever.
I know. Of anyone.
Because we're
okay?
talking. We're
Whom do you feel should run for POTUS that succeed or fail, you would not regret voting for? And it can be anyone.
Ooh.
anybody.
Anyone.
I want to pick somebody that doesn't make sense. Like, I really think Keisha Lance Bottoms
Okay.
may be great, but that makes sense. I want to pick someone.
Oh, you want to? Okay. You want to have fun with it.
Yes.
Like
Homie the Clown.
Regina Hall. It's like something like
Fuck yeah. Regina Hall would be an amazing president.
She like, what the hell you doing?
Will make an amazing president of the United States
She like,
of fucking
I ain't
America. Exactly.
I was playing.
That is bullshit.
Regina out here like, what y'all get me
I
into?
know.
All right. Last
Regina
one. Last
Hall,
one.
run for president, girl.
If you could read the minds of men or women, which would you choose? If you had the superpower of reading the mind of men or women, which
Men.
would you choose? Men?
Men.
All right, that's fair.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, Terri J.
Terri
Vaughn.
J.
Where can
Vaughn.
people follow you, find you, and, you know?
On all the platforms, it's just Terri J. Vaughn.
Now, Terri is Terri.
Yep, let me spell it out for all of you. TerriJVAUGHN. All right.
I can take it when shots get fired. That's cool.
Jay, where can they
Good.
find you, homie?
Just Johnny Vaughn, JUSTJONYVAN
There
on
it
all your
is.
social medias and every other platforms.
If you are looking for that which is irresistibly appealing, that would be at stonestafford.com. And then we do have lifeonpodcast.com. You can listen to our latest 10 episodes.
Yep.
You can listen or watch. We appreciate you guys. We are not giving up. We believe in you. We believe in us. So we are going to have our 1 million subscribers in 2023. We ain't going to lie. We got a lot of work to do. So we need y'all to like, subscribe, and share.
Share it, y'all.
Terri J. Vaughn, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
we love
you,
you.
guys.
All right.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah.
y'all. Thanks for your support. We out. Peace.
So back to what I was saying. What I was saying.